Welcome students. Now we are discussing about my manufacturing process subject is a special forming process topic. The special forming process. The forming process is done by pressing the form tool over the blank to obtain the required shape. That is nothing but forming process. The forming tool is accurated by hydraulic cylinder using hydraulic liquid. In the case of matching die method, the sheet metal is placed over the lower die and its end are fixed to mobile gripper. When the gripper die is moved as the blank, if the female or upper die is accurated by any other main extract hydraulic fluid contained in the cylinder, the forming process called special forming process. The types of special forming process: the hydroforming process, rubber pad forming process, metal spinning, explosive forming, magnetic pulse forming, and pin forming. Finally, superplastic forming. These are the different types of special forming process we are discussing now. First one is the hydroforming process. In this type of forming process, the punch is connected to the lower die called male die. The required shape of inner configuration is made on the punch. The rubber diaphragm or seal is used to making a perfect sealing between the male and female die. This seal is placed across the bottom of the pressure forming chamber. The pressure forming chamber is fixed with the hydraulic fluid when the blank is correctly positioned over the male die or lower die. Now the pressure forming chamber called drum is lower over the blank in such as a way that the dam is made to just contact with the blank. Shown in the figure, the blank will be stitched with the help of our lower punch itself. After this hydraulic pressure is applied over the blank, simultaneously the punch is pushed into the blank. The pressure applied by the hydraulic fluid is increased continuously. Due to this blank metal flow around the punch to form the required shape. The inverted shape of the punch is made on the blank. After forming the required shape, the chamber pressure is released, then the chamber is released from the blank. Finally, the blank is stripped out from the punch. In this case, the required shape of the blank is obtained only by drawing rather than by bending. And also the blank metal is displaced due to the plastic flow instant the stitching. Next one, explosive forming process. The explosive forming make use of pressure wave generated by an explosion in a fluid for applying the pressure against the wall of the die. The explosives are used in the form of rod, steel, sheet, graduate, sticks, liquid, etc. According to the placement of the explosive charge, the operation are divided into two categories. One is the stand-off operation and contact operation. The stand-off operation, it means the blank and the explosive material will be some distance. The contact, it means mostly the explosive contact operation using for the joining operation only. The stand-off operation. In this type of operation, the charge is located some distance away from the workpiece and energy is transmitted through the fluid medium like water. The operating pressure for the workpiece is between the several thousands to several 100,000 kilogram per centimeter square. The process time or working time is measured in milliseconds, where the metal removed velocity is measured in meter per second. This method is used to form and size the part. Contact operation. In this type of operation, the explosive or charge is directly contact with the workpiece and the explosive energy act directly on the metal. By using this method, welding, hardening, compacting powder metals it will be used. And shown in the figure for the stand-off method. In this method, the explosive charge is placed some known of the distance from the workpiece. When the explosive is detonated, its energy is transmitted through the fluid medium like water to the workpiece will be held in the die. To avoid obstacles to compression and heating of the encrypted air, then shape the die behind the workpiece is generally available. Next one is the advantage of explosive forming. The forming purpose, large and expensive processes are not required. The component mostly formed in one cycle. Only by using this method, ultimate and yield strength of sheet metal is improved, the large size component can be performed easily. Next one is the rubber pad forming process. Rubber pad forming process is known as the frame process. It is a metal working process where sheet metal is processed between the die and rubber pad. Under the pressure, the rubber and sheet metal are driven into the die and comfort into shape by forming the part. This process is mostly used for bending and drawing operation. In this method, number of different form blocks arranged in the regular interval along the pressing pad. Shown in the figure, it will be operated to done the final workpiece. The pad is generally made of rubber by polyethylene. During forming, the rubber pallet is moved to just touch the top surface of the blank, and after this, the force is applied and gently increased using the rubber pad. Advantage of rubber pad forming process: cost of tooling is less, the process is more flexible, time required of tool setting is less, lubricant are not required, a deep sheet can be produced. The next one, the magnetic pulse forming process. By using this method, it is possible to apply a powerful uniform magnetic pulse on the metallic workpiece to which the extend tubular form, also to coin shear the forms flat sheets. The basic magnetic pulse forming circuit consists of energy storage, capacitor, switch, power supply and coil. For the shown in the figure, the magnetic pulse forming process will be done. In the working time, the power will be applied to the electromagnetic field, will be creating to the electric coils, and the cylindrical object will be getting a forming one. And next one is the pin forming process. The pin forming is also called a short pinning. The short pinning process consists of throwing the blade of metal short surface to compound. This increase the strength to hardness and reduce the surface, and shown in the figure for making a pin forming process. The small metal ball will be mixed with the air and stream of the metal ball will be applied to the metal removed place. Here the metal will be removed in terms of the small uh, powders, otherwise the metal will be impressed to final product will be made. The short pinning is performed to several cracking of workpiece in the corrosive media and to improve the oil creating properties of the processed surface. And superplastic forming. The superplastic forming process is metal working process used for making. In superforming, plastic forming is a metal working process used for forming sheet metal. It works upon the theory of superplastic, which means the material can elongate or stitch beyond the 100% of its original size. The superplastic process generally conducted at a high temperature and under the controlled strain rate, which can give tenfold increase the elongation compared to the conventional room temperature process. Shown in the process is shown in the figure. For step by step operation will be done. During the superplastic forming process, the material heated around the 900 degrees centigrade and it will be cool in the titanium between 900 and the aluminum between 450 degrees centigrade. The inert gas pressure is the applied the control forcing the material to take the shape of the die pattern. The superplastic alloy can be stretched at the higher temperature by several times of their initial length without the breaking. The typical aluminum alloy sheet can be elongated 10 to 30% during the forming process itself. And metal spinning process will be conducting. Shown in the figure, the metal spinning process is mounted. Our sheet metal will be held in the forming block and supporting of tailstock spindle, and one roller forming tool will be pushed the sheet metal to forming block itself. So the material will be stitched on the forming block itself and to make our required shape. The metal spinning can be done both is cold and hot state. The heat generated due to the friction between the spinning tool or roller type forming block can also be used to retain the plastic state of sheet metal. The spinning speed varies with the size, design, type of metal and thickness of sheet metal also. The aluminum, copper, brass and stainless steel can be can also be some the spinning process. This process mainly suitable for producing the conical shape pot and suitable for low volume production. And thank you.